COVID-19 has accelerated many behaviours. What do I need to be aware of in my pharmacy? And there's a slight build on that question, and how can I ensure my physical pharmacy presence doesn't get dwarfed by the large digital players in my space?
Yeah, it's really interesting because so much of the conversation, particularly over the last 18 months, but really over the last 4 or 5 years, has been about the growth of e-commerce. And if you run a physical pharmacy, this can seem like something that you can't be a part of or can't keep up with. But actually what's really fascinating and often goes unobserved by most people is there's been an even more rapid growth in people expecting their smartphones to understand the physical world around them. And people are asking questions of their smartphones about what's going on around them. So just to bring that to life, in Google, we've seen a tripling in near me searches since 2017. So that's people asking Google, who has something near me? Where can I find something near me? Where's a shop that does this near me? And that's tripled since 2017. There was a temporary blip at the start of the pandemic, and it's then actually accelerated in the last 6 months. So people are just expecting this device in their pockets to be able to answer questions about what's in the physical world around them, which is amazing news if you run a physical business, a pharmacy. Now, what we've seen in our data, we track something like 60 billion stock movements a month. So we see what's happening in pharmacies, in other stores, with people searching for things in those stores, all running through our platform, which tracks searches in Google and all these sort of things. And what's been fascinating is in the pandemic, the number of searches for people actively trying to check stock locally has actually quadrupled just since the start of the pandemic. And that's not a temporary spike. There was a huge spike at the start of the pandemic, but we're now at this new level where shoppers are kind of expecting places like Google to know what's in the physical world around them in stores. Now, if you think about this as a shopper, shoppers just want to find a way to get the things they need in the easiest way possible. And so if they can do that in a store just down the road, that's really compelling for them, because getting stuff delivered online is great. There's lots and lots of advantages for that. And the digital, the big players in the industry are very good at that. But actually, if your local pharmacy just down the road has it, and it's a really simple journey for a shopper to find that information, and they can just get it in a couple taps of their phone, that 5-minute or that 10-minute walk or that 5-minute drive suddenly actually sounds a lot easier than getting something shipped to you tomorrow that maybe you have to sign for and have someone in to make sure it's delivered. And that's a really great customer journey then. There's a fantastic gentleman called Richard Hammond who runs a business called Uncrowd that looks at how do customers choose to buy things. And he has this concept of friction versus reward. And he says in these journeys as businesses, as shopkeepers, we should be thinking about how do we lower friction? How do we make it so easy for a shopper to just tap a couple things into their phone and see, oh, I didn't realize that my local pharmacy has this in stock. And I think the pandemic has accelerated customer expectations around that. So people just kind of expect that they can tap something into their phone and suddenly they can see, oh, that's actually at my local pharmacy just down the road and it's in stock right now.